right, it's time to put yourself first, and our guests can help get you there. Hi, I'm Marquita Curtis Haynes, and welcome to the Ageless Glamour Girls podcast. I'm CEO and founder of the lifestyle brand Ageless Glamour Girls. I'm also host of this podcast, the Ageless Glamour Girls podcast. So glad that you're here. Our brand targets women 50 plus on this beautiful but sometimes challenging, but definitely liberating journey. And nothing is off limits in our chat. Nothing is off limits except politics, but we cover everything, seriously. All right, get ready. I'm so excited about our guest today. She's a transformation coach. I like the way that sounds. She is Dionne Jones. She's founder and owner of Age with Vibrancy, LLC, based in Cleveland, Ohio. And welcome to the show, Dionne. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marquita, for having me. It is an honor. I can't believe I've been following you for a minute, so I am glad to have this chat with you today.
Same here. I've been working towards that, and finally we made it happen. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited about that too. So before we get started, transformation coach, transformation specialist, I should say. It sounds like what it is, right? But tell us more. What is a transformation specialist, Dionne?
Well, you become your first client, I truly believe.
Ooh.
And I had gotten stuck in a rut. I have two sons, married, 20 plus years. And I forgot me. I lost me. I was so consumed with everything else. And I looked up and I was 200 pounds. And on this little 5'3" frame, I was miserable. And so I just began this journey of first just getting to know myself again. So I take women through that because we forget who we are. If you may not have any children or husband, but you have put yourself, your career first, you put your parents first, you put your siblings first, and we are always at the back. So I learned through trial and error, a lot of crying, therapy, and all that good stuff, how to put myself back on top again, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So I take women through that journey of getting out of that rut and getting back to the life they deserve.
I love that you said that, getting, you get lost, right? And even if you don't have kids, you can still get lost if you don't have kids, if you don't have a husband, you can still get lost. And I have two wonderful stepchildren, a great husband. And that's what happened to me. I got lost, but I was so into my career until I'm like, hey, what? I'm ready to get back to Marquita. Where's Marquita? So I like that. I like that. And so tell us about Age with Vibrancy. And you kind of talked about that just then. So what was your biggest aha moment? And, when you decided, okay, I have to start this organization?
For me, it's legacy work. I was very close to my maternal grandmother, played an instrumental part in teaching me, not just verbally, but by living a life of vibrancy in her 70s and 80s. And she would be out in the garden, and I would see other people who were my grandmother's age, and they would be on canes and walkers, and my grandmother never had any of that. So I knew it was a possibility that, hey, you can age and you can age well. So she was my inspiration for making those fine-tuned tweaks in my life that allowed me to kind of shatter some of those aging myths. And I'm just on a mission to carry on my grandmother's work of bringing more women along.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, because when you mentioned that, you made me think about my grandmother. I think she was like 85 when she had a slight accident and broke her hip and went down. But before that, we were talking about this. I was talking about this with my siblings and my cousins. We don't recall her ever going to the hospital or a doctor's office. It's like, whoa. And so, yeah, so that's my legacy. So let's see what happens.
Yes.
And speaking of your grandmother too, you are also a gerontologist and certified personal trainer. I have a private Facebook group. I think you're in there. And I often share articles about when you get older, you better pay attention to the fitness and the nutrition, because it gets real tricky. And so what role do you play in all of that to help women live better, ageless lives?
So the beautiful thing is that we are all unique. So I curate experiences for each of my clients because what works for me may not work for you. So I do an assessment. I start at the basics. I want to work with you inside and out. So I conduct an assessment of the physical. I provide a bioscan, which is a 2-minute non-invasive test that lets me know what's going on in your body at a cellular level, get your blood type, and then I start teaching you ways to eat for your blood type. That's going to allow
Mm.
the inflammation to be reduced in your body. That's the biggest thing that we struggle with, inflammation
Mm-hmm.
in our body, because it
Mm-hmm.
creates mucus and disease.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can get that under control, we can get the physical back in because, hey, my knees aren't hurting as much anymore. My back is, I'm standing up taller. That pain is gone. And so we can start working on the physical. We can change that mindset, and then we can start peeling away those layers because it takes a good year for everything to just meld together.
Okay, yeah, because it didn't
You
get
can lose
there
weight.
in a
Yeah,
month
you
or
can
two.
lose weight. You can lose weight in 7 days. It's all
Right.
kinds of crash stuff that's not healthy, but you're going to keep going back to those same patterns. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, my coaching gets you away from going back to those patterns and sabotaging yourself. We're moving
Mm.
forward and aging well and aging with vibrancy. So that is my goal for every woman that I work with.
Oh, I love that. And you mentioned blood-based nutrition. I really want to learn more about that because, I tried the vegan, I tried, I'm plant forward right now, plant-based, plant forward. But every once in a while, I crave some animal protein. But so I'm wondering now, tell me more about blood-based nutrition.
So that's fascinating because my grandmother, it didn't have that name when my grandmother taught us this.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a name for it. So what I found out is certain foods will, in layman's terms, make your blood sticky.
Mm.
And it makes it harder to pass, and that creates
Mm-hmm.
more inflammation. And once again, the goal is to reduce that inflammation so that we can have more vibrant life forces within us. So I am an O. I love avocados. I was raised vegetarian, but what I learned, everything vegetarian is not beneficial for my body.
Mm. Okay.
So
All
I
right.
also take my clients through a 7-day or 21-day cleanse to reset their body so they'll see what I'm talking about because it makes sense. So if I eat an avocado right now, I've done
Mhm.
my cleansing, it's against my blood type, my nose will immediately start running. My body will start fighting that attack. But
Well,
what
some
do
people will say
vegans?
that that you're allergic to avocados, but no, it's different.
No, it's not. It's not the allergy.
Mm-hmm.
It's when we're younger, we can eat things and fight
Mm-hmm.
off the
Mm-hmm.
attack. When we
Mm-hmm.
get older, it's harder to fight off that attack.
That is so
So
true.
it's actually attacking your body from the inside is more than an allergy.
Mm.
So it's tearing up our systems, and after a while, it has nowhere else to go. So it starts going into your organs and it starts leaking out of your organs because it has nowhere else to go because we haven't cleaned our systems out. We haven't detoxed. We breathe in chemicals. We eat chemicals. People put
Mm-hmm.
lotion, chemicals everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of trainers will take you to the grocery store and like, you put this in your cart and blah, blah, blah. But I actually do an entire scan of what are you putting on your body? What kind of toothpaste are you using? What
Ooh.
kind of products or hair products are you using?
Mhm.
All that plays a factor. And no, nothing's going to be 100%. That's
Right.
just the reality.
Right.
But if
Right.
I can get you to 85% of a better place than when you started with me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you carry on those habits, I mean, it's been amazing listening to my clients, A1Cs being lowered and taking
Uh-oh.
off medications
Mm-hmm.
and just a few tweaks. And I
Mm-hmm.
tell them, this is not 100% lifestyle because like you said, once in a while you may crave meat
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not vegan because
Mm-hmm.
everything that my system is against, like lentils and coconuts, avocado, all that stuff is vegan based. Everything is made with coconuts and lentils. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
find out what worked for me.
Right.
So
And that's what it's all about, right? And I'm
yes,
sure in
it
your
has to be
program
tailored.
you have your clients do journals because you have to track that stuff to see how
You
your
have to.
body, see how you react to stuff, different
Yes.
foods.
So I
And
have an app for those clients that don't want to write stuff down. So yeah.
oh, sweet, sweet. Because we know as we get older, aging presents a different set of challenges that
Yes.
require a shift in action and in mindset, right?
Hallelujah. That's why I love what you do. Oh, Ageless Glamour Girl. I just love
Oh,
it.
that is, that
Shatter the
makes me
myth.
feel,
Just
that,
shatter the myth.
that makes me feel so good. It's all about spreading the wealth, right? And information to help us all live our best, absolute best ageless lives.
Exactly.
And and I love the fact that you intertwine the nutrition with the fitness. And you have to do that, especially when you get older.
Yes. And mindset.
So that, I think you may have mentioned some of it tell us a little bit about your Vibrant Women coaching program, which is your signature program. I know you've been talking about some of that along the way, but just tell us a little bit more about that program.
So it started off as a 90-day program. And for some people, that's enough. But my clients started coming to me like, yeah, I'm not finished. You just now got me to the point after 90 days to kind of get out of my head. What else do you have?
I need 190 days to start.
Right,
No, I'm just
exactly.
kidding.
Seriously. If
Mm,
one client did tell me that. So I have a 6-month program.
mm,
And then for those of us who may have had a little more trauma in our lives, I
mhm,
offer a 12-month program
mhm.
because that trauma lives in our cells
You
and
knew it.
it is part of your DNA, and we have to unpeel that. And being a social worker helps me with that aspect of the
Mhm,
journey.
mhm. Yeah, that is so that trauma. When you look at some of the shows on TV, the reality shows, and people have issues, major issues with their weight. If you listen to their stories, a lot of them go back to trauma, something
Yeah,
traumatic,
childhood trauma.
trauma in their
Childhood or
childhood
yes.
that now is manifesting itself in a different form.
Exactly. And I learned that about myself. And I was like, okay, this is manifesting and this is not healthy. And I was like, I know. I mean, you start diagnosing yourself, but I mean, I'm a social worker. So I
Hello?
knew how to, right. I was ready to heal because everybody's not ready to heal. So the women who come through my program, I offer one-on-one coaching and I offer group coaching because some people, I make it work for however, because some people don't want to be open in front of other people, and that's understandable.
Exactly. Right. This is
So,
this is about as vulnerable as I'm going to get in public.
right,
Right,
exactly.
right,
So,
right, right.
but yeah, it incorporates everything, the fitness component,
Mhm,
the weekly sessions,
mhm,
there's homework, journaling, and check-ins. So yeah, accountability and growth.
mhm,
Get the big
mhm.
girl panties on.
Yes. I love that because you have to have an accountability partner. You have to. So this is the fun part right here. You have a book out. I love the title. Look Good Naked. What's up
Yes.
with that?
So Look Good Naked is a guide to your transformation, and it is
Sorry.
simply, I know it doesn't want to leave you alone.
Little net.
It is it is a how to start your wellness journey.
Mhm,
So I just break everything down to the basics. There's no big frou-frou words. It's all simple. Um, the scale, why do you sabotage yourself? How do you move forward? So I have some exercises in there that people can do at home, just
mhm,
simple,
mhm.
no equipment needed. And I have a
That's a
seven
plus.
day, yeah, I have a 7-day cookbook on the back to kind of jumpstart. So it's 7 breakfasts, 7 snacks,
Oh, wow.
yeah, lunches and dinners. So
Hmm.
people kind of get a feel for, okay, so how can I eat without depriving myself? So I put that in there. So it's a jumpstart book because everybody doesn't know where to start.
Hmm.
Everybody may not be able to afford a personal trainer, and that's just true. And you
That
can go
is so true.
people will go on YouTube and overload themselves and still don't know where to start because they've gotten too much knowledge. So,
Here,
right, you're overwhelmed.
guilty.
So, this
Right.
book is a simple guide on how you can start your wellness journey. And of course, it's part of my bigger mission. Look Good Naked is not just the physical,
Of
it's getting
course.
rid of those layers, it's the inside out healing.
That's right.
that I take my clients through because I've taken myself through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's part of Ageless Glamour Girls too. Everything begins from within. We know that. Everything. And yes, you know what else I wanted to talk to you about? This is the final thing here. I know that you're huge in the community. You're from Cleveland. You are you're president of the National Coalition of 100 Black Men, which is
women.
an advocacy organization for the Greater Cleveland chapter. You're a proud member of AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. You've been married 26 years and proud mother of two grown sons. Dionne, I read so many articles, you probably have seen them too recently, about the importance of engagement and community and reaching out and touching people, especially for older women. And I love that you're in your community. How important is that?
Oh, for me, my clients inspire me. I'm also a silver sneakers instructor,
Ooh,
and I have just, it warms my heart every day to see the communities that have been developed in my, just because of my class. Some people were widowers.
mm-hmm,
Now they'll go on the weekends, they'll go out to lunch together or they'll go golfing together. They'll take trips together.
mm-hmm.
And I love it because you can't, even though I'm an introvert and I love my alone time, I need my husband, I need my girlfriends, I need my sons, I need my sister friends
That's
to
right.
help balance that. So
Yes.
when people, you think about, especially during the pandemic, so many people, oh, we lost so many people, not
Mm-hmm.
physically, but emotionally. They just tapped out and gave up because they were already right there on the brink of despair.
Mm-hmm.
But they would go to a senior center and they would see somebody for a few hours, just enough to charge those batteries and let them
Yes,
know that they weren't alone.
exactly. And
And
even to
it
this,
is,
mhm,
oh, go on.
mhm. And even to this day, you have to do it. This one article was talking about how even once a month, get together with some girlfriends and have lunch. Because even, when you're talking to someone, you know how you might touch their shoulder. That works wonders for the heart, just that simple touch. We
We're
need each
energy.
other.
Yeah, we're energy. And we're
Hmm.
all we're all connected through this thread of energy.
Hmm.
But society and social media and the media will have you believe that you can do everything by yourself. You can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, somebody had to make the bootstraps. Somebody
Thank
had to
you.
do
Oh, I like that.
what's
You
this
know, it takes
like?
a village. It takes a
Right.
village.
It really, yeah, it is not you. And sometimes I struggle with that because in leadership, you don't always have what you need and you have to do it because at the end of the day, the buck stops with you.
That's right.
So I sometimes have to really remind myself that I have a bad thing when things don't get done when I need them to be done. I'll do it myself,
That's right. Right.
and
Right.
I'm really working on that because that comes from me still working through my childhood traumas of abandonment and learning that okay, I do need people.
Hmm.
So I'm learning how now to better ask for help
Hmm. Hmm.
because I'm just like I can do it myself,
Right.
but then I'm
Exactly.
wearing myself out. So duh. So
Exactly.
find that village, find those people that see you and definitely will support you. That
Hmm.
is priceless. Like you
That's
said, that
true.
touch, that's so powerful. Just if you think, I mean, you may not be biblical, but just the story of the lady with the blood issue touching his garment. All she did was touch his garment and she was healed.
Thank you. Thank you. The power of
So yeah,
healing. The power of healing. I tell you,
yes, hugs,
and
holding
community.
hands, yes, all of that,
Hmm.
that energy,
This
that
is
warmth, and that love.
that's right. You're amazing. You are amazing.
Thank you.
This has been such a great conversation, and I admire your work, and I can't wait to dive into it more, Miss Dionne. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. I am so honored to be here today. Thank you. Just to allow me to share my message and my
And keep
ministry.
and keep on doing what you're doing. Let me tell you. again, again, she is transformation specialist Dionne Jones, founder and owner of Age with Vibrancy LLC. Dionne, where can we learn more about you and your organization?
Well, you can simply follow me on Instagram at Age underscore with underscore vibrancy. You'll see my picture pop up. That's the easiest way to connect with me instead
Mm-hmm.
of giving long URLs and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
can
Mm-hmm.
find all the URLs there on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's it.
Perfect.
Miss
Perfect. We
May.
will chat again in the future. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All
Thank
right. You've been listening to the Ageless Glamour Girls podcast, where we talk all things aging on this wonderful, transformative journey. And if you have an idea for the podcast, or if you want to be a guest on our show, email us at info@agelessglamourgirls.com. That's info@agelessglamourgirls.com. We would love to hear from you. Don't forget to check out our private Facebook group called the Ageless Cafe. We like to think of that as the chat arm for Ageless Glamour Girls. We're also on Instagram and other social media platforms. Again, I'm Marquita Curtis Haynes, founder and CEO of the lifestyle brand Ageless Glamour Girls. Here's to healthy aging and joyful living. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye for now.